There's way too much happening across GL fandoms right now. It feels like everyone is upset about something. So in this video, I'm going to focus on the major things that have happened in just the past 48 hours. First, we need to talk about what's happening with Charlotte and the abuse she's facing. Then I'll get into the Lingorm versus Lenamiu situation, everything going on with LMSY, and finally we'll talk about the GL drought phase and upcoming series like 4 Elements and Girls Rule. Everything will be time-stamped. Let's get into it. Starting with Charlotte. I already made 2 dedicated videos about her situation, and honestly, there's still so much more to talk about because new information keeps coming out. Fans are divided over Engfa's response, and more evidence is surfacing that MGI, specifically Nawat, has been isolating Charlotte and openly disliking her. Now a video is circulating of Nawat hitting Charlotte with a stick on a livestream. I don't understand how this man hasn't been cancelled yet. Does he answer to no one? That clip is disturbing, especially considering what Charlotte herself shared not long ago. On December 7th, she appeared on the show, talked about her mental health, past trauma, experiencing violence, and even attempting to take her own life twice. I strongly recommend people read this article or watch the interview. It gives crucial context and shows why this situation is deeply toxic. Even if you don't stand Charlotte, please don't let yourself be misled by Nawat's narrative. First, she talked about her childhood and what it was like growing up in a broken family. She said her childhood was quite painful. Something as simple as sitting down to eat together as a family was something she deeply longed for, but it rarely happened. She explained that she didn't realize back then that these childhood memories would later become triggers. Only as she grew older did she start to understand why certain things affected her so deeply. Her parents separated, and from a very young age, she was exposed to violence, not directly happening to her, but something she witnessed constantly. It stayed inside her, unresolved. She often questioned herself, wondering why she felt the way she did, why she felt like she lacked love. Eventually, she realized it all traced back to her childhood. She shared that when she was only 11 or 12, she saw her mother covered in bruises and often heard shouting and screaming. At that age, she thought it was just adults arguing, but that was the beginning of her fear and dislike of being yelled at. Those experiences became deeply ingrained in her. She also talked about how severe things were on her father's side. There was a time when her stepmother chased her father with a weapon. Charlotte and her siblings were on the second floor, watching from above while crying. Eventually, that woman disappeared from their lives because her father said that if she could threaten him with a weapon, then his children would never be safe. That's when he ended that relationship. Both sides of her family experienced domestic violence. Despite everything, she said her parents did try to protect her and acted like a shield, but seeing and hearing those things left a permanent mark. She believes her panic attacks, especially when exposed to loud noises, are connected to those early experiences. Later, she was asked if there was anything she wanted to say to people who don't understand her, especially during times when rumors and strange gossip were spreading about her. She said that whatever happens to a person usually comes from their background, how they were raised, and what they've been through. Panic attacks don't happen out of nowhere, and they're not some so-called celebrity illness. There are real triggers. For her, speed and loud noises are major triggers. She then opened up about her abusive ex-boyfriend. My first relationship was everything. Red flags, I was cheated on countless times, physically abused, so much pain. It made me think, what the heck? But why did I stay? Oh, because I loved him. But actually, it was a very toxic love. I think many people probably experience the same thing, encountering a toxic relationship but unable to escape. But one day, you will escape without shedding a single tear. Then the host asked her, at that time, how many times did you forgive them for being cheated on? She said, countless. And he was physically assaulted. What did he do? Charlotte shared, he choked me. He grabbed my arms and swung them around. This interview was very difficult to watch, but I'm incredibly proud of Charlotte for being strong enough to share all of this so openly. That's why watching what Nawat did to her in that live stream is so disturbing. Hitting her with a stick on camera and seeing her reaction tells you everything. You can clearly see how shaken and uncomfortable she was.
จะล่ำลา1 นาที
เนี่ยหนูเคยโดนตีอะไรเด็กหนูกลัวมากเลย
1 นาทีเปิดจอให้คนทางบ้านดู
อุ้ยอะไรอะไร
ทางบ้านดู
อุ้ยอะไรอะไรอะไรอะไร
โบถอยมาหน่อยจะได้ไม่เห็นจอ
ไม่
เห็นจออย่าเห็นจอ14เร็ว
โอ๊ย
เฉยไม่ต้อง13
เอาตรงว่าเหมือนโดนเครียดอะ สมัยก่อนอ่ะ
เร็วๆทุกคนถ้าเปิดหัวมาแล้วยอดมันไม่ดีนะ มันจะไม่ดีต่อศิลปินเดี๋ยวหัวออกโอ้โหบังไว้หัวบังไว้
เอื้อมมาตีเสื้อดำนี่มานี่
ตั้งแต่
เดี๋ยวสิ
ขออภัยแทนบอสด้วยค่ะวันนี้วันน้ำตาลวันแรก ถ้าไม่ถึงนะหนูหลังลายแน่วันเนี้ยถ้านั่งอยู่ตรงนี้ต่อไปอะถ้าไม่ถึงนะหนูหลังลายแน่วันเนี้ยถ้านั่งอยู่ตรงนี้ต่อไปอะ
สองโอ้ไล่ตีดีกว่าไล่ตีดีกว่า
ซึ่งถ้าไล่ตีก็จะเป็นหนูโดนกำบัง ซึ่งถ้าไล่ตีก็จะเป็นหนูโดนกำบัง
63ครบแล้วไป
What makes this even more concerning is that Charlotte has already spoken publicly about her triggers, loud noises, and being yelled at. And yet, after everything she shared, this still happened. First on her birthday, and then again during this live yesterday. As a fan, I'm genuinely worried about her. I just hope she's taking care of herself right now and knows that she's not alone. Her fans see what's happening, we're standing up for her, and we'll always be here for her. This is a very difficult time, and hopefully she's surrounded by people who truly protect her and respect her well-being. Now I want to talk about some updates regarding this situation. Since Engfa's live yesterday, reactions have been very mixed. Some fans are upset and saying that Engfa didn't fully stand up for Charlotte or didn't have the courage to go all the way. I actually disagree with that take. Engfa clearly said that what Nawat did was wrong and that it should never have happened in front of everyone. She did not excuse that part, and that matters. Where I personally disagree with Engfa is when she said Nawat acted out of anger, that he loves Charlotte, and that it was an impulsive moment. I don't agree with that at all. This is not a one-time incident. There is a clear pattern of Nawat publicly humiliating Charlotte, starting back in August when she attended Freen's birthday, then at her own birthday event, and now again on this live. Anger does not justify repeated behavior. As fans, we judge people by their actions. Whether he loves Charlotte or not is something none of us can confirm, but his actions do not reflect care or respect. That's where I feel Engfa tried to soften or defend his behavior. At the same time, we also need to understand Engfa's position. She has a 7-year contract with MGI, while Charlotte has a 5-year contract that's ending in about 14 to 15 months. Engfa still has a long road ahead under this company. And Nawat is an ego-driven man. He's always been like this. There's plenty of history and dirty laundry about him, yet he's still in the industry and hasn't been held accountable. MGI clearly has a toxic leadership structure, and if someone as strong as Engfa is enduring it, that alone says a lot. There are women in Thai GL who give off strong, fearless energy, the kind of women fans expect to always stand up against men like Nawat. Engfa is usually seen as one of them, so when she doesn't fully meet those expectations in moments like this, fans naturally feel disappointed. But I don't think it's fair to attack Engfa for this. She went live, she spoke up, and she said clearly that what happened was wrong. Of course she doesn't want to turn Nawat into her enemy. And as fans, we don't want him targeting Engfa next either. If this man can say things like this on live streams and behave this way on camera, just imagine how he might act off camera. We're also seeing mass unfollowing of MGI's social media accounts right now. In the middle of all this, the company reposted a video from a creator on their official TikTok. That creator has since deleted the original video. I couldn't even find it on her page anymore. But fans on X are furious, and rightfully so, because in the original clip, the creator was openly hating on Charlotte. Imagine a company reposting content that targets and attacks their own artist. After the backlash, MGI also deleted the Sports Day video from their channel. And before it was taken down, the video had already raised eyebrows because Charlotte was almost completely erased from it. Her total screen time was around 6 seconds. 6 seconds. This is especially alarming considering Charlotte is one of their top earners. The pattern is becoming impossible to ignore. They are isolating Charlotte. They are making rumors about her not being professional. They are ruining her image. There is still no evidence supporting Nawat's claims. Just check out this video where I broke down everything. The Lenamiu Vs Lingorm fandom fan war has now happened very publicly, and honestly, I saw this coming from far away. I knew this was going to happen one day. Many fans believe this started because of a poster where Lingorm appeared behind Lenamiu. That alone offended parts of the Lingorm fandom, who feel Channel 3 is showing favoritism, promoting a newer couple more, giving them better visibility, and positioning them as the next big thing. From there, things spiraled fast. One side thinks the other is throwing tantrums over minor issues. The other side is calling them bullies. Typical fan war behavior, but that doesn't make it any less exhausting, especially if you're a multi-stan. This situation is genuinely uncomfortable for people who support both couples. Claims that Lena and Miu are being promoted more than Lingorm didn't start today. These discussions were already happening even before my Safe Zone aired. The cracks between the two fandoms showed up very early on. I still remember when Only You's last episode aired and Lingorm attended an event that also heavily promoted Lenamiu. Fans were already angry back then, saying Channel 3 was disrespecting Lingorm by using their special moment to push another couple. That was the first clear sign for me that fan wars like this were inevitable. Now, do I agree that Lena and Miu are being promoted a lot? Yes, absolutely. They're everywhere. In fact, among the newer couples this year, they are clearly the most visible and most aggressively promoted by their agency. And guess what? That strategy worked. There is nothing wrong with that. They are new. They deserve proper promotion, and they got it. Channel 3 operates very differently from other networks. Their business model relies heavily on a couple's chemistry and popularity. When Lingorm was new, they also received extensive promotion. They were everywhere. We got endless Lingorm content back then. Now the same cycle is happening with Lena and Miu, and hopefully in the future it will happen again with Bamboom and Tanya. This fan war, especially over this poster, is completely unnecessary. When you actually look at the image and compare it properly, there is no center. It's a group photo. And let's be real. Lingorm and Lenamiu themselves have a good relationship. They has always shown respect toward their seniors. This hostility exists purely in fandom spaces, not in real life. It's time for people to grow up. As a multi-stan, I won't lie, this hurts. Watching fandoms tear each other apart over manufactured narratives while the artists themselves are supportive and respectful is frustrating and sad. There has been some drama surrounding LMSY's solo fan meets in Fuzhou, which took place on December 20th and 21. The issue started because some fans claimed that the organizer promoted the events by promising a performance of the song Not Yet Lovers, which is a famous Chinese song. But during Look Me's solo fan meet on December 20th, the MC announced that she would not be performing the song due to unspecified reasons. The MC then added, "Because Look Me is unable to perform the song Not Yet Lovers, Change has therefore removed Sonya's performance of this song from her solo fan meeting scheduled for tomorrow." As a result, Sonya's planned performance was also cancelled. This sudden announcement left many fans feeling misled and disappointed. If you've watched my older video about LMSY, you probably already know where this was heading. The situation quickly turned into another Sonya mistreatment narrative because there has already been a long-standing belief among some fans that Change, their parent company, favors Look Me over Sonya. Since Look Me couldn't perform the song and Sonya's performance was cancelled as well, that old narrative immediately resurfaced. Solo stans made everything worse. First, there were Look Me boyfriend rumors, and almost instantly, retaliation followed. Videos targeting Sonya and spreading Sonya boyfriend rumors too. Once again, there is no real evidence behind any of this. It's just fandom toxicity feeding off itself. Eventually, the event organizer released an official statement clarifying that Change 2561 had nothing to do with the cancellation. They explained that the issue was entirely on their end. They were unable to obtain official approval and copyright clearance from the relevant parties to perform the song. They also denied claims that the song was used to sell tickets or intentionally mislead fans. Since yesterday, multiple posts and statements have been circulating online, with fans now demanding better treatment and clearer communication for LMSY from their management. And before I end this video, I want to talk about some upcoming series and quick GL updates, because we are officially entering the GL drought phase. Right now, we only have 2 GL series airing. Runaway just had its finale yesterday, so that's done. What we're left with now are Like a Palette and Mutluv, Is This Luck, starring Jingjing and Jane. I watched the latest episode of Mutluv, and I'm so hooked. Jingjing and Jane are really good together. The chemistry is insane. I love the second episode, and now I fully understand why GMMTV paired them for enemies with benefits. I'm rooting for LMSY and Na. Unfortunately for us, this series is only 4 episodes long, which is painful because it's ending in 2 weeks. Still, I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already. As for Like a Palette, I like the show, but I also don't, if that makes sense. And is it just me, or is Jane's character starting to get a little annoying? I really don't enjoy this type of acting where the character is written as overly clueless or cute dumb, constantly not understanding what's going on. That style just isn't for me. That said, I am absolutely here for Darren. Her character gives total manhwa webtoon lead energy, and I love that. Let me know what you think. Are you watching this show, and how are you feeling about it so far? Now, for upcoming series news, we finally have an official release date for Earth's new GL series. According to the announcement, get ready to experience a story of a marriage that wasn't meant to deceive anyone, but to protect one another, in the intense romantic drama series Wiwa Pathapi, The Earth Wedding. Din Kasama, played by Apple Lapisara. Rose the Pafa, played by Mim Pandita. The series is set to premiere on January 24, 2026. So yeah, the drought is real, but at least we have some things to look forward to. Now, as for Girls' Rule, there's a rumor going around on TikTok and X that the series might air on January 31st on a Saturday slot. But the big question is this actually true? This rumor started after comments made by Love and her manager. Love mentioned that something big is coming on January 31st and asked fans to look forward to it. Naturally, fans connected the dots and assumed it might be the premiere of Girls' Rule. Since then, I've seen so many TikToks and even big fan accounts spreading this like it's confirmed. Right now, the entire cast is actively filming, so I understand why fans think the show might air sooner than expected. But to be very clear, there is still no official confirmation from GMM TV. That big event Love mentioned could literally be anything. Until the company confirms it, this is still just a rumor. That said, I really hope it turns out to be true. I've been waiting for this show for so long, and I miss Namtan and film so much that I've been rewatching Pluto lately, even though I still have other shows to finish before the year ends for my video. So yeah, I'm manifesting January 31, but for now we wait. Now, about Clairebell Season 2, there's still no confirmation. Devika recently went live, and that clip has been circulating a lot. It feels like even she isn't fully sure whether a second season is necessary.
What you guys want to know? What is Claire and Belle doing after they got a freedom, right? That is what me think about too. I thought that too. So there's gonna be there's gonna be something. There's gonna be something for sure that we want to give you a gift, of course, because you know what? It's not gonna have season 2, but Claire and Belle will not go away for long.
Personally, I'm actually okay with just one season. I don't mind a season 2, I would definitely watch and love and support, but I'm not desperately craving it either. What I would love though is a special episode. I think that would be perfect. I'd also really love to see Mabel and Panji in a completely new storyline together. And yes, Arhoung is confirmed to be in a Mind Media project, but we don't know yet if it's a GL or if Pam will be part of it. Pam also mentioned on a recent live that she has an upcoming project, but obviously they can't share details yet, just little hints. So here's hoping we get to see them paired together again in the future, because I know a lot of us would love that. And yeah, as of now, no confirmation on Clairebell Season 2. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comments.